YouTube, and welcome to my brand new channel, which is going to be dedicated to writing and writers, Stacey Scribbles. I'm Stace or Stacey, and I'm really excited to get this channel launching today because my aim is to create a place of encouragement, support, tips and advice for anyone brave enough to take on the world of writing. First, a couple of things about me. I'm 28, based in the UK, and I've been writing since I was about 14. Number two, and less relevant, but more fun, is that I have two 15-month-old ragdoll kittens, so I can guarantee that during this or any other video I record, we are probably going to get video bombed by at least one of them, unless they decide to work together to ruin my attempts at recording videos. But I'm probably just going to leave that footage in for you guys as fun, because who doesn't like seeing YouTubers get derailed by furry animals? So, number three, and much more relevant, is that I write fiction of all lengths, from flash fiction, which are short stories, 1,000 words or less, short stories themselves, novellas, and I'm currently working on a fantasy novel as well. So, while I've been writing since I was 14, I've only had a much more serious focus on it for the past 10 years, I think. I'm certainly not a professional by any means. I have actually quite little to show for a decade of writing so far. But in the last 2 years, and even more specifically the last 12 months, I've been able to discover and pinpoint the ways in which I was unhappy with my writing process, my approach to writing and my overall attitude, change them, and finally find that connection and that flow with my work that so many writers seem to be looking for. My productivity has gone through the roof, like more than I could have ever expected, and looking back on it, I would say that in the past 18 months, I've probably got more done than I did in the 3 years before that. So that's the difference. But to give a comparison so that you can see what I mean, is 5 years ago it took me 9 months to draft a 10,000 word piece that I used for my creative dissertation at uni. So yeah, it took me 9 months to do that back then, and that was just a first draft. But last November, at the end of November, I started work on a fantasy novel, and I managed to write the entire first draft, which was 75,000 words, in just 8 weeks, writing for 2 hours a day and while still working full time. I think one of the main factors in this huge change in my approach to writing has been the writing community that I'm a part of. And it's probably made up of over or around 3,500 writers now, I think. It's taught me so much. It's been a constant source of encouragement and motivation. I've met some incredible writers, and I just want to spread some of that attitude to the YouTube community as well, because one of the things I've learned from the server is that something as simple as sharing how you approach projects, your outlook on writing and your own attitude towards it, can unexpectedly help other people. So I'm personally really passionate about writers supporting each other and actually helping each other and filling in the gaps in our support networks, because we've all decided to put us on this very long and sometimes really lonely path. So if I can help create a shortcut for even one of you guys so that you don't have to spend years finding the answers that I was looking for, then I'm more than happy to use my free time to do that, and that's what this channel is going to be about. So my hope is to get one video out to you all every 2 weeks, and I know that's not a lot, but since I do work full time, I have a couple of writing projects going on, I also have beta reading commitments as well, I'd rather be consistent in my quality and upload less often than trying to rush to get a video out every week just to say that I do it every week. But I am going to try my best to upload little bonus videos for you guys when I can, if something comes about that's worth recording. So in these videos, I'm going to be open to discussing any aspect of writing, anything at all, from being able to actually find some time to write, struggles in getting started, how to better look at rejection, stay with me on that one, how to increase productivity, just little tips about things like editing and proofreading, because I've trained in both those areas, beta reading, critiquing, you name it, I'm happy to discuss it. So one of the things I am not here to do is to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing, because The thing I actually like about writing is that we're all doing the same activity, but we're all aiming for completely and wildly different goals, and we have to do it in a way that suits us best if we're going to do it. So there's no right or wrong, and that's something that I'm also really passionate about in writing. There's no right or wrong way to approach it as long as it works for you. My aim really is just to share what I found works for me over the last decade and the difference it's made to me as a writer, to my writing process, just in case you want to try a new approach, or if you feel that the way you're currently working is not getting you where you want to be. My first full video, which I'm really excited about, is going to be posted this Sunday on the 1st of December, and Sunday is going to be my regular upload day every other week. In it, I'm going to be answering probably the most frequent question that I'm asked in the writing community, and that is the benefits of a writing schedule and how I would suggest you get on one if you've never used one. But it's much more commonly phrased as, what the hell you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning? So if you would like to avoid missing the answer to that very important question, please click subscribe and the notification bell below. I really want to connect with fellow writers, and I would love to hear about you. I'd love to hear about you in the comments. So tell me a little bit about your writing journey so far, what you're currently working on, and your current biggest struggle with writing at the moment. Let's see if we can't spread a little bit of motivation and encouragement to each other, and maybe even help someone shift that writer's block. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you on the Sunday video. Bye guys! I'd like to do a huge shout out and thank you to my lovely friend Ellie, who provided all of these Stacey Scribbles art, banners and logos for the channel, which I'm totally in love with. Ellie is a super talented writer and artist who also has a serialized comic on Webtoon available called A Winged Tale. You can find her on Instagram at the handle elliyushi.draws, and I'll put links to her comic and her socials below, so if you have time, please drop by, check her out and show her some support. You can find me on Instagram as well under the tag Stacey_Scribbles, and I'll post that below too, and perhaps I'll see some of you guys over there as well. I'll see you all on the next video.